Hello and welcome to Ian's Fish Room. I am Tim and this is Ian. Today we're going to do a little tour of all of our fish tanks for you. The first tank we're going to look at is our 75-gallon tank here. This is a community tank with a lot of different fishes, and we'll take a closer look at what we have here. But this is our main tank that we have, and this is the one we probably spend the most time on upkeep and trying to make look nice. We have some other tanks for breeding, and this one's just for our enjoyment here in our living room. So let's take a closer look at what we have here. So the first fish we have we'll take a look at here are some of our Boesemani rainbow fish. And we have 8 Boesemani in here, 6 males and 2 females. And let me see if I can spot a female so we can show you the difference. Here you go. Here is one of our... Oh, I lost her again. There she is. There's one of our females. Doesn't have nearly as much color as the males, but still a beautiful fish. And there's one of our males, and you can see obviously they have a lot more color in them. Another group of fish we have here is right down here is our neons. We have a group of 13 neons in here, and they like to school together and swim all over the place. So right here we have our lone apistogramma. I used to have some friends in here and other pistos, but unfortunately they died, and he's getting pretty big and pretty old himself. He's pretty big for an apisto, but there he is. Right above there we got another fish that came to visit us. This is our German blue ram. Hopefully we get some... there we go. German blue ram is another dwarf cichlid. And again, we used to have several German blue rams in here, and this is the last one we have left in here at right now. We also have some... Let's see, what else do we have here? We have some zebra danios. And there's a few of these, and we're lucky we're getting this one on there as much. Usually they're swimming so fast you can't barely get them on video, but you can get a good look at our zebra danios. We also have a number of cory cats. So we have 2 different types. This one is the false Julie cory cat. And we started with a school of 6, and they've been getting old, and now we're down to 2 of them. But that is the false Julie cory cat. Cory cats are a lot of fun to watch. And then if we come over here, you can see we do have a lot of algae in this tank. This tank hasn't been set up real long, so we're still getting everything balanced out. Looking better already, but still have a lot of algae. But that is... now let me see. Where did those little cories go? We have a school of about 10 salt and pepper cories, and maybe we'll see them. Maybe they're all hiding for us and we won't get a chance to see them. We'll see. So let's look at these here. That right there is our celestial pearl danio. Sometimes you'll hear them called Galaxy rasbora. They're actually a danio, but they were initially thought to have been a rasbora. And so we have a few of those in there. And then if we come over here, our male apistogramma, or I'm sorry, our male bristlenose pleco is actually hanging out from his cave right now. Surprised we get a chance to see him. He's actually sitting on some, well, now there were eggs. Now we have some wigglers in their cave, and they'll probably be coming out here shortly. I don't expect a whole lot of them to survive unless we move them to one of our other breeding tanks, but we do have some. Oh, you can see one coming out right now, it looks like. Yeah, you saw just a little glimpse of one. So he's thinking about letting them out, you can tell. Let's see. Oh, and here's our female over here. See if we can get her on camera. There's our female. And now, if you look at, here's our salt and pepper cory cat. And these are pretty young, not even 6 months old yet. And we've got like I said, a school of about 10 of them. I'm trying to think. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, we do have. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of him back here. We have a school of some Siamese algae eaters. And we have 8 of them in here. And so there we go. Oh, and here you can see some on the back as well. So they're going to town, doing their job, eating some algae. So that is our 75-gallon fish tank. And another time we'll take a little closer look at our plants. We have lots of plants here. We're running 2 Fluval 110s, and we've got CO2 coming in here as well. And so we get some pretty good plant growth out of this tank. Here is Ian's fish room, and this is where he's breeding his fish. So he's going to tell us about which fish he's breeding and tell us a little bit about his tanks. Ian, which tank are we going to show everybody first?
The top tank.
Okay. So can you tell everybody what you're doing here in the top tank?
I'm breeding lots of guppies, and we have some plecos in here as well, if you can see them.
So we've got a lot of guppies here. Take a look up here. Might get a... Right, yeah, and here's one of the plecos right here out front. We'll see if it'll focus in on him. It doesn't want to focus in on him. We have quite a few of them in here. See if we can. So we recently actually pulled out quite a few fish out of this one just to take them to the pet store to sell them. Oh, here we go. Here's a good pleco right up here on top for you. We took 10 of those to the store as well. We have about 15 or 20 of them left in here. So if we look around, you can see there's another one. Again, we have some plants in here, but not a ton. And we're running sponge filter as well as a hang on back. And we have our extra sponge filter sitting there in case we start another tank anytime. Alright, so Ian, what do we have up here? Can you tell everybody what this is?
This is the hang-up tank that we showed everybody in the first video we made. The female actually started getting a little stressed out, so she stopped getting a dark spot in her waist.
Yeah,
so we just pulled her out of there.
She got too stressed out, but we did get one baby in there. So you can see him. A little hard to see him because he's sitting here in front, but that's the Fluval breeder box. Alright, Ian. Which tank do you want to show everybody next?
The bottom tank.
Alright, what do we have in here?
Well, before we had pea puffers, but they all died. So since the top tank was getting overflowed, we put some in here. And now they're breeding really nicely. We have some really colorful fish like that guy. Not sure.
We got a lot of glare, but you can see we have lots of guppies in here as well. And this tank, we're just running some sponge filters. So we've got 2 different ones. And that's all we're doing for filtration in here. And then we have our plants. And we've got some Java moss and some Java ferns and some crypts here at the bottom. And that's what we have for our bottom tank
We
here.
also have a bit of snails.
Yes, we have some snails in there as well. You want me to get it? Oh, there you go.
But they help eat. Actually, Dad, I think no, that is not dead.
Yeah. All right, you ready to show them your last tank in your room?
Yeah, and my biggest, my 30-gallon tank.
So what do you have in here?
We have a couple plecos.
Yeah, we got a big female there, and you can see right above her is a little baby. And we have quite a few babies in here. Here's another one.
Aw, poor thing.
If we look over here on our rock, we have a couple over there.
Dad, I think we lost one.
Yeah, we did. Looks like we lost a guppy down there. We'll have to pull him out afterwards. But you can see we have all kinds of snails in here. And again, we've got 2 sponge filters and a hang-on back that we're using to filter. We also have a male pleco in here, but you can't see him right now. He is back here hiding in that cave, probably sitting on eggs.
Oh.
And you can see we've got a couple babies that are starting to grow up and get a little bit bigger that are hanging on the back there on that coconut hut. And pretty much this tank has babies everywhere, whether they're baby guppies, you can see quite a few of them there, or
baby plecos.
Yep, or baby plecos, or baby snails.
Yeah, you can see the little baby one right there.
Yep. So that is Ian's breeding tanks. Anything else you want to tell everybody here on your breeding tanks, bud?
Yeah, if you're if you're just starting to and you want to breed, guppies are really easy to breed.
Yeah, they're good starter fish for breeding, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe once you get a little better, you can check out pea puffers, see what you have to do for them.
Yeah, we like pea puffers as well. All right, let's go take a look at some more tanks. So this tank needs a water change. The water's pretty low. But this is our bedside tank for my wife. This is her tank. Clearly she doesn't necessarily like to do a lot of maintenance on it, so normally that would be left up to me. But we can see we have some neons in here. And we have some shrimp. Only a couple shrimp in here. And you can see we got lots of algae, but we don't mind. Algae is good for your fish. It's good for your tank. It's not a problem. We got some different plants in here as well. But that is our little 5-gallon tank.
Now I'm going to show you this tank.
Do you remember what kind of tank this is, son?
It's like, I can't remember the
It's
word.
our quarantine tank.
Yeah.
So these are some newer fish that we have in here that we're going to be putting in our 75 as they probably get a little bit bigger. We have some more celestial pearl dannies. We're going to increase the size of our school there. And so we've got 8 of them in here. They're starting to get bigger and starting to really get some color to them here. And then the other guys, these guys are just flying around. These are the fork-tail rainbow fish. And we have 6 of them, and they just have some neat color, and they're busy and active. And in this tank, we actually are growing a little bit of moss. Typically, a lot of people don't put any kind of plants or anything like that in their quarantine tanks, but we like to run it with the plants. You know, we find it's a good place for some of the fish that are a little bit more timid to hide, and good place to grow out some more Java moss. So this tank, again, you can see in almost all of our tanks will be running sponge filters, and then we also have a hang-on back with an intake filter there. And these fish will probably be in here another week or two, and then they're starting to get big enough, we'll probably be able to move them pretty soon into our 75-gallon. And then the last tank we have is our betta tank. And you can see in the betta tank, you can see right away our water here is a little bit darker, and that's because we keep some catappa leaves in this. Fish really seem to like the catappa leaves. And this tank's actually going to get redone here pretty soon, because what you can see is on this side, it's pretty clean. There's some stuff sitting, but not too bad. But if you come over to this side, you can see we have all kinds of stuff just sitting, and I think that's because we don't have airflow on that side. So we're going to be changing this one up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that, and we'll show you what we're going to do. And we made our own little divider, and we're going to show you how to do that as well in an upcoming video. But let's take a little closer look. This is our female betta.
Very pretty.
And this is our male betta. You can see he does have a little bit of a tear in his back fin there. While we were on vacation, somehow our female managed to get over our divider. Our water probably was just a little bit too high. I didn't think there was any space, but she managed to get over and was fighting with our male. Most of her fins look like they're coming back. She still has a little bit of fin damage, but getting better. So anyways, that is our fish room tour. So hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Have a good day.